What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with Ready to Love. Girl, I'm sorry, season 10, episode 13, reunion part 1. This shit was trifling, okay? We are going to get in how trifling this reunion was, all right? Before I start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Y'all make sure you like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm, okay? Whew. Tommy asked everybody, was everybody happy to see one's another? Baby, and Rose's face, her face was like, no ma'am, okay? We start with Angie. They do the whole montage on Angie. Tommy asks her when was the last time she bust the windows out of somebody's car. And Angie was like, I want to say 5 years ago. I don't know. It's been a minute. But she didn't answer the question. So Angie said, the question is, what the hell did they do to me to get their windows busted out? Okay? I was just responding. So, Tommy asked, do you think that you worked on some things? And this is what I hate. Tommy always taking up for these raggedy ass niggas. Always taking up for them. Okay? So, Eddie and Hussein thinks she's worked on herself. Cam thinks that Angie should take ownership for busting windows out of anybody's car. But Cam, did she bust any windows out of your motherfucking car? No. Anyway, Angie said, basically, these men want yes people. And so Tommy asked her, does she know what she needs to work on? Yeah, I know what I need to work on, but do they know what the hell they need to work on? Okay? Like, I get it. I can take accountability and I can work on myself. But if you're asking me a question in which they asked the question, they didn't like her answer. They didn't like the fact that she bust windows out of someone's car because they feel like potentially she could do that to me. That is not always the case. Now, if you don't do stupid things, you won't get stupid prizes. Okay? Y'all, this reunion. Sorry. Let's just keep on going. Eddie and Hussein gives Angie a compliment. And listen, I feel like Eddie just had this energy, like, I'm just really happy to be here type stuff. Hussein, I guess. And apparently Kelly is putting more of an effort in with Angie. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not really mad at that. All right. I did say I knew Khalil was going to try to make a connection with someone outside of this show. Only thing I didn't like, well, no. In his case, I will take up for him when they talk about True. And she don't want to tell her age. And I'm just like, girl, this is a dating show. Why don't you want to tell people your age? Like, that's crazy. But whatever. So Rose is still crying. You get a clip of Rose crying and Tay comforting her. And I'm like, Rose, these men have shown you who they are. Like, why in the fuck are we still crying? Like, why? Girl, Rose needs therapy. You are giving these men way too much of your power. And I just, like, you came on, let's be clear. You came on trying to be the biggest pick-me of them all, being the biggest pick-me of them all, and you didn't get picked. So is your ego, like, I don't know. But we'll get there, okay? Hussein, Rose, Angie, and Cam. They're all on the couch. So we get into Hussein and his montage with the ladies this season. And this lady is still, they show her in a little corner, still show her a clip of her crying. Rose she says she's still emotional and she is all over the place. And I just don't feel like You need to be emotional. I just need you to feel like, why am I so emotional about all of this? What is it? What is it? Is it the rejection? Do you feel like it's some sort of abandonment? Like, what is it? What is it that's making you feel this way? That you are giving up all of your emotions and giving all of these people all of this power? Like, girl, because you was not in love. Let's be clear, because you didn't even know these like that. Okay? Rose didn't feel like, so her and Hussein get to discussing this whole situation about her not disclosing her and her baby daddy. You know, her baby daddy being in jail. I don't feel like Rose should have discussed this. I felt like, if you are going to pick me and we move forward in the process, then yeah, we'll discuss that. But right now, this is not up for discussion. You're getting to know me, and I am telling you about me. This is like a couple of week process, 8-week process, and you think I'm about to disclose this type of information to you? No. Okay? Anyway, Rose then disclosed that Hussein was in jail. And again, Rose came in hot. She came in with a chip on her shoulder, and she came to prove a point and throw all the damn men under the damn bus because they pissed her off. And to me, the person that you've displayed in the beginning, that pick Misha type energy, it could be who you are to the core until somebody pisses you off, then you ready to throw everybody under the bus. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, when you're mad, and it often comes off as dangerous, but at the same time, these niggas have operated on this show like ain't shit niggas. Okay? Baby, because look like Mr. Cam been all around the world. Okay? And back. Anyway, both Cam and Hussein wanted to know that information about her baby daddy being incarcerated sooner. So they asked Hussein about him being incarcerated. He said he had a situation in college. He didn't get booked. He didn't get charged. And he feel like, hell, I forgot. He just felt like he didn't have to disclose that information to Rose, because he felt like Rose was going to throw that in. That's what he said. Because he felt like people would take that information and throw it in your face. Okay, then this is the same thing y'all did to Rose. If we're going to be fair, y'all threw this back at her because you didn't want to choose her, because he had 3, you had 2, and y'all had to release one of y'all damn connections, or 2. Y'all had to release y'all connections in order to move forward to the next process, because y'all was reaching the end of y'all's limit. Okay? So Angie felt like Hussein took the easy way out, and I agree, by self-eliminating, because he claimed that what he felt for Rose, he didn't have that much for Angie. Like, he likes Angie, but not like, I guess, the way he liked Rose. And Angie was like, I thought we had a real good connection. You was on that boat by yourself. Okay? You was the fail safe. Okay? Angie was the fail safe. So, y'all, of course, because we had not watched this in such a long time, they did a whole 3-4 month break. I forgot these people's names. I remember Khalil because he was the last of the bunch. But True, Khalil, and Naeem, they're on the couch now. True and Naeem are still arguing about this Google Doc situation. The Google Doc phone number, nothing was resolved. They just not cool like that. Khalil don't think True was honest because she didn't give out her age. And True says she's dating. She said the reason why she didn't want to give out her age because he wanted to know because of childbearing reasons and yada yada yada. And I was like, girl, okay. So, in this next portion, they decide to play a game who says that Probably because they had nothing else to fill up this little scene with, which you could have gave us this reunion in one setting, one setting, but we decided to break it down in two. I don't know why, but it just could have been like an hour and a half long because yeah, I didn't go through all of that because y'all, I don't know, I was playing along with them. I thought the game was cute. I thought it was fun. I did play along, but I didn't write it down. Okay? I am sorry. Okay? Rose still looked pissed at this point. It's just the camera just keep pointing to her, and it just the camera just keep pointing at her. Okay? So I need them not to play this game again. But again, low key, it was fun. All right? So we get back with Fritz in his poly life. Y'all, when I was looking at these people, I just didn't, I was like, oh yeah, the people that just, they just wasn't memorable. I just couldn't remember. I didn't remember their names. The one who had the twist like me, when they was sitting at the front like this, him, I forgot about him because I forgot his name. Fritz, we talk about Fritz in his poly life, and the only reason I remember Fritz is because they brought his name up. So I really didn't care about it, but we gonna get into it. Sahara said Fritz was basically doing a copy and paste what she said in the middle of the season. Fritz said he thought he was there to have fun, and sir, you was not. You were there to find love. You were supposed to be there to find love. But, of course, nobody finds love on there because they're just this is just a dumb process, okay? But if y'all see me on Ready to Love, mind y'all business and be nice to me, okay? I would never, but I'm just saying. So, Shanice, they then talk about how Fritz tried to play Sahara. Now, I will say this. I did not like how he kept trying to play Sahara in the men's lounge, trying to make it seem like Sahara was so problematic, and she really wasn't. He tried to make it seem like, you know how he said, let's just get rid of Sahara. Like, I just didn't like that. And yeah, Cam did take up for Sahara. He did. So, Shanice was like, She said because Cam asked her who he should pick, and it wasn't Sahara, was his choice of selection of the ladies that he was wanting to choose from. It was either Angie or Rose, that I'm gonna assume. So she tells him, stop being fake. And then Cam then asked Shanice, she mentioned to him that she was going on vacation, and he asked, you want me to be your boy toy? He claimed he was playing, but I called Cap. Nigga wasn't playing. He was trying to sow his royal oats all over the place. Okay? So we find out that Fritz has been in contact with Shanice outside of the show, and he said that that's his woman. All right? Girl. Okay? So Cam is in the back explaining to Sahara his communication with Shanice. So while he is explaining his communication with Shanice, Angie come up to him and say, keep your name out my motherfucking mouth. Shout out to Will Smith, born and raised in West Philadelphia. Okay? So while you playing, Cam, you better go outside and check the windows out your car, cause she look mad. Okay? So, she said, Angie tells him the next time you're going to say something about me, you need to have receipts. So, somebody told, Angie that Cam was talking about them, telling out the personal information. Cam told Rose, apparently, Angie told Sahara that Cam told Rose about Angie's personal business, and he said he talks to Angie and he tells Angie that he's never talked about her, he's never talked down on her. Now again, All of these women just happen to have something to say about you and what you done and what you. I'm willing to believe you was doing some little okay? But whatever. If Cam say he didn't do it, he didn't do it. So Cam and Sahara. I will say this. I really do think. I think that Cam was stringing Sahara along, but I also think that Cam. Part of me thinks that Cam actually did like Sahara. So her and Cam apparently agreed to try after the process, but why is this phone buzzing? I'm sorry. They tried to agree. They agreed to try after the process, but he's never tried. He claims that he had been trying to contact her, and and she was like, "Well, I haven't been getting it." Well, why haven't you been getting his messages? Well, I had him on block. Well, ma'am, you can't get his messages if you have him on block. Take the man off of block. And she was like, well, I want him to say more than good morning. So tell him you want him to say more than good morning and put more of an effort in. And if he's not putting in that effort, then you dismiss Cam. But it's like you want people to read your mind. And if they're not reading Sahara's mind, then you're ready to I'm just going to dismiss. No, that's not how that works. I'm going to take up for Cam in this moment. And I gave Cam a hard time. Okay? But yeah, don't do that. So then Tommy pissed me off again. Tells Sahara to take Cam off of block. Girl, why'd you take him off? I hope you didn't take him off of block after we found out that Rose and him done hunched. This why Rose was acting crazy. And you don't understand why these men didn't select you? You sitting here, you're mad at these men because they did not pick you, and you thought because you gave up your golden coochie, you thought that was going to be an avenue to those people's heart, and they still didn't pick you after you gave up the goods. Rose, please, you are one of those people that want to be one way, that want to come off one way, but underneath all of that, low key, and I've been going up for you. But low key, you ain't ma'am, please. And I mean that in the worst way. I don't, but did you say? Because I really thought, because your connection was so higher with Hussein, I thought you let Hussein get the draws. I'm not even gonna hold you. I thought you let Hussein hit them skins. But it turns out you let Cam hit those skins. You want to sit here and act like you just Miss Goody Two Shoes. No, Yoke was enough to get picked. And now you mad. You can't get mad. You play the game however it go. You ain't get picked. Like, let me say y'all, these pick-me's be pissing me off. Don't be a pick-me. I'm just saying, Rose. I just feel like this lady, acting very emotional. She's very emotional at the moment, and I get it. You're hurt because they did not select you. But I just don't think you should have. I really don't think you should have slept with any of these men, because 9 times out of 10, this process doesn't work. It is just a TV show for people to put themselves out there, I guess. But they're not putting themselves out there for real. In real life for love. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You a grown-ass woman. And you running around this stage acting like you ain't got no damn sense, girl. Stand up. She pissed me off. That's why the episode ended. Hell. Catch me back next week. It better be something. It better have had something that's going to happen next week. Because other than that, y'all wasting our time. Okay? Y'all need to go and scrap everything y'all did from the last 10 seasons. And come back with something new and vibrant. New games. New something. We need something more. We need something better. Go back to the drawing board. Expose more dates. We need to see more dates. We don't need to see certain dates. We need to see a lot of dates. Jesus. I don't know, y'all. This all I got for tonight. They don't piss me off with this reunion, but I will say Rose showed her ass and I was here for it. Okay, this was the kind of ghetto, unadulterated foolishness that messy that I like. All right. After I just chewed this lady out, still I meant that. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow when I post. For Love and Marriage Huntsville and what's that other show? Heart and Hustle Houston. Okay? All right. Peace, y'all.